with the upgrade that was introduced in France?
Basically, the PU specification, which we had started to use from the France, is the same as the first one in terms of specification and the performance. So, as you know, current PU regulation not allow us to update for performance. So, but of course, a little bit tiny upgrade for the reliability.
So, can you explain to us how a reliability improvement can also sometimes lead to an improvement in performance?
Yes, so theoretically, yes. But the current procedure to approve the update during the season, so we submit a detail of the document to the FIA, and all PU manufacturers review that document. Then we all agree to apply that update. Then we can apply that update. So we have been very careful to monitor what they are changing, what we change as well, so to prevent any performance improvement.
How much of a step forward has the new engine oil you've been using made?
Yeah, so for improvement for both reliability and performance. So if you run kind of hard condition under the qualify and the race, so we have a new TD to keep the same mode during the qualify and the race. So it's a little bit hard for the engine, and then that new engine oil helps reliability and then performance improvement.
Do you foresee this year needing to make any more reliability changes to the power unit?
Yes. So we have done 8 races. Then our season we have another 15 races. So, and then the regulation restricted the PU number as 3. So we're still learning using our new PU for this year, and then I hope nothing, but I think we will experience some more issues in the future. So when we find the issues, as soon as we want to fix that.
Okay. Arigato.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, I'd say very good car underneath you for this season. Is there some frustration that you haven't seen the results that you might have done in some of the races this year?
Yeah, of course. When I think back the collision in Bahrain, then other incidents, but that's part of the game. We know we have a competitive car, and we know that we have a good team, and also the drivers are doing a very good job. And therefore, the season is still long. There are 23 races to go, and I think that we will have enough possibilities to show the potential and to score even more points as we did so far.
Lots of decisions to be made, though, over the next few weeks and months. At what point do you transfer everything to 22? Do you still focus on 21 with this great car that you have? How difficult are those decisions to make?
These are really very difficult decisions. Currently, we are still working a little bit on this year's car, the 21 car, but I think from the end of July, August onwards, the team will do 100% be concentrated for the development of the car in 2022 of the AT03, because that's very decisive, and every day you lose in the development process is a disadvantage next year.
And I want to ask you quickly about your drivers as well, because Yuki's obviously having a really interesting year and very exciting young guy. Pierre is the talk of the paddock, once again, a phenomenal driver with so much. Are you hopeful you'll be able to hold on to both of them for next year? Can you foresee a scenario in which somebody might come to try and poach one or both?
No, personally I hope that we can continue with these two drivers, because Pierre is a fantastic driver, very fast, very experienced. He fits really good to the team. And I want to keep Yuki as well, because we educated him for 1 year, and I expect from him a very strong second half of the season. Must also say that up to now he is doing a good job, because we must not forget that he is new, that he's a rookie, and of course sometimes he makes a little bit of mistake, but he's on a good path, and if he continues like this, then we will see a very strong second half of the season, and then he is prepared for next year. Therefore I hope that he will be with Scuderia.
George's result wasn't the final result that you would have wanted last time out in Austria, but how much of a morale boost was it that he was out there competing for points?
Yeah, of course, the result wasn't what we expected and what we wanted, especially after the strong start he had and the strong laps he had, and racing for 8s and closing up on Alonso or 7s. Of course, was great to see for the team, and I think the boost is massive. And if we haven't got the points, but we have seen that we were racing against top teams and could hold them off, and that was absolutely great. And I think with the points would have been great, but the moral boost is as big as if the points would have been there.
And can you take a lot of hope going into this weekend at the same track? I know we've got softer compounds, it's cooler, and there are some different variables, but you must be confident about your chances this weekend.
Yeah, it will be a different race, but I think from last weekend we get some confidence into this weekend. We worked hard, looked at all the data, still want to improve, but that's the same as all the other teams do as well. And if you have a temperature difference with a couple of degrees and different tire compounds, it can be a complete different weekend. So we don't get carried away by last weekend, but we are focused on the coming weekend with the different circumstances.
George is in some run of form at the moment. A lot of time drivers say they get distracted when people talk about their future, but George doesn't seem to be impacted by it. Are you quite impressed at the way he's handling things?
Yeah, that's very impressive. So he doesn't seem to be impacted at all. He knows that if he focuses on his performance and on his racing, his time will come wherever it will be. And I think that makes him so very strong, and is absolutely focused on every race, on every qualifying, on every practice. So, and it's great to see that he gets not distracted at all.